I'm going to tell you a story here. And it was a battle of Christians versus Christians, which I hate that kind of battle. But, hey, being Jewish, it's often Jews don't agree on hardly anything. Anyway, city officials in Brandon, Mississippi, were opposing efforts by a prominent church to erect a giant cross. And the reason they were against it was because they said it violated zoning ordinances. But the pastor of the church said that the elected officials were more concerned about offending Muslims. And this was alongside Interstate 20. The project was sponsored by Crosses Across America, a nonprofit group that builds giant crosses along the nation's highways. And they were all ready to do this, but the town, the elected officials, would not allow this to take place. Now, subsequently, after vowing to fight this, the church and the pastor, Scott Thomas, senior pastor at the First Baptist Church of Brandon, Mississippi, has decided to forego this battle and has said that too much time has been put into the effort here to get this cross built, and not enough time has been given to, or let me rephrase it. A lot of time has been taken away from the spirituality in waging this battle. Actually, you know who could say it better than I can? The man we're going to talk to right now, who is Scott Thomas, the senior pastor at that church. Pastor Thomas, welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you covering this.
No, it's my pleasure. And, I know the story has changed. And when they asked me if I still wanted to do the story, I said absolutely, because I think the way it's ended is a very meaningful ending, and I want to get to that. But talk about the situation. I tried to describe it as best I can while we were getting you on the phone. You wanted this cross built up on Interstate 20, Crosses Across America, huge cross. It's done all over the country, but the town wouldn't let you do it, correct?
Exactly. 110-foot cross, and it's not nearly as big as some of them have made it out to be. They tried to make it sound like it was an 11-story building and, all those kinds of things. But 110-foot cross, and the variance in our area for exterior structures, the limit's 20 feet. And so we were just asking our mayor, our board of aldermen, to vote in a variance, which is allowed by the law. If you have a limit, you can legally vote in a variance, and to allow that 110-foot cross. And it's a strategic piece of property. We own a little over 100 acres on Interstate 20, and over 50 million people a year drive through here. And we just strongly believe that that cross would be such an inspiration to so many of those people. In addition to that, I guess the other side of it is that it would be a discouragement to the drug runners that race across our state through this I-20 corridor from the east to the west. And so anyway, the city pretty much, with the planning commission voted 4-3 against it, and then we started seeing the writing on the wall and hearing from our city officials that it just didn't look like it was going to work. And so, we saw the stalemate, and, it's such a small community, and we work together with these folks. They're Christians, we're Christians. It became more of a family dispute that sort of went national. And so, I got with the Lord, and I prayed Friday night for 7 or 8 hours, and I just decided, we're called to minister to this city. It's obvious that, the leaders, they don't feel that our method of raising a cross or erecting a cross is going to do it. So I just want to lead our church and lead our churches, instead of erecting a cross, to reflect the message of the cross. And so we met yesterday with my deacons and leadership, and we just decided, let's pull this application, let's withdraw the application, and really genuinely live as people who reflect the cross instead of people that are going to fight to erect the cross. And so,
well, I think that's a great spiritual ending to this whole thing. But I do want to allow you to go on. But I just want to bring up that there was some implications, at least by some, that there might have been more to this than just adding a variance to allow you to do this. There was some speculation that some didn't want that done because it might offend other religions, specifically Muslims. Right.
Well, the questions that have been asked come from a wide range of people, and very. I mean, these folks are very open-minded and very loving, and they don't have anything necessarily against the majority of the Muslim population that we know, but they are like so many Americans. What about the Muslims that are the angry or the dissident kind of a group? And so they were asking questions like, what if not only the Muslims though, and I wouldn't dare limit it to that particular group, but what if you have a cross and then at that point you've got to allow other commercial entities to build signs in those areas, and so the height limit is 20 feet, but now you got a 110-foot cross. Now we're going to have to open the door for anybody to build their sign. It could be other religions, it could be other other businesses, and there was an indication that there was that what if, and my response to that is, let's don't live in a what if world, making our decisions out of fear. Let's live in an until then world, because
right.
The reality is the Muslim group's going to come, the Hindu group's going to come, and we're going to respect them for their belief, even though we're completely different. But what we need to do is, until that happens, we need to have a cross. We need to pray. We need to continue to do what we've been called to do, and that is we've been called to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ, and that he came to save all of those, every one of us, who are sinners and without him.
Well, Pastor, I think that I was disappointed for you, and I hope you get the cross one day. I would like to see you get the cross, and I'm speaking as a Jewish person. But I was very impressed by the tone that you took in ending it and saying, it was pitting Christian against Christian and people calling each other names and not living up to the spirit of what it was all about. So I admire you for that as well. But I wish you the best of luck in one day getting it, and certainly I don't see any reason why you shouldn't have it.
Well, I can't thank you enough, and especially from your background, and I value that and appreciate that, and have the greatest amount of respect for you. And I wish you could meet some of our Jewish friends who attend our church. They're incredible and very dedicated people, and we just get along so well. And I just appreciate that, and that you've covered this. And
well,
and
Pastor, if you're ever in New York, look me up, okay?
I will. Thank you.
All right.
And
thank you, sir.
Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
All
You
right.
too. Take care. That's Pastor Scott Thomas, Senior Pastor at the First Baptist Church of Brandon, Mississippi.